I dusted off one of my pie tapes yesterday, measured an old reel, and I measured the left side 3 times, measured the right side 3 times, and I got a difference of 4 thou between my lowest reading and the highest reading on the left side, and I got a difference of 5 thou between the lowest reading and highest reading on the right side. So I shifted these numbers around so that this side I've got my lowest reading on top, highest on bottom, and on this side I've got the highest reading on top and lowest on bottom. So when I do the subtraction, that means that if I use these two measurements, I get a difference of 10 thou, this end being a little larger, and then a 4 thou and a 1 thou difference. And so my average would be right in this area here, about 4 thou. I was never completely happy with the repeatability or consistency of my readings using a pie tape, regardless of which pie tape that I was using. Whether it's the SIP real diameter tape or the metal pie tapes that I've used. The real diameter tape from SIP was absolutely, it's a fantastic tool, maybe the most valuable tool in our business. I'm glad that I figured or learned how to use one about 12 years ago. I still use pie tapes, and I think every technician in this business should know how to use a pie tape correctly. But I always wondered if there was a more consistent or reliable way to measure cone or taper. And the subject has come up since I did my first 2 videos on the MagnaPie method, which is different than a pie tape. The subject of accuracy came up, and I found a few different definitions for these terms that relate to this concept. One is accuracy, how close a measured value is to the true value or standard. Precision, while related to accuracy, refers to the consistency of repeated measurements, not their closeness to the true value. Repeatability, reliability, the closeness of the agreement between the results of successive measurements of the same measure when carried out under the same conditions of measurement. Trueness, the closeness of agreement between the arithmetic mean or average of a large number of test results and the true or accepted reference value. That's the ISO definition. And my translation or interpretation of that definition of trueness is the closeness of the average of a large number of test results to the actual value. And in summary, I've defined accuracy in this situation as follows. The accuracy of a cone or taper measurements depends largely on the repeatability, consistency of the measurements. Actually, that's not a definition, that's a description. In other words, when measuring cone or taper, repeatability is paramount. So this is why I searched for an alternative. I was never happy with the repeatability of a pie tape, and the next video that I will do will cover the theory of the Magnum Pie method.